conservatives have a right to be heard in this country. It's not even just about Twitter. It's also about a cultural shift and a part of the cultural Marxist movement in this country, what's going on with big tech and silencing us. I was super excited that Devin Nunes filed that lawsuit today. I think it's going to be a game changer, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and do nothing. We need to do our part. That's a new theme on the AK show, getting active and doing something you can do. And that brings me to my next guest, David Rosler, who's an award-winning. I can't talk today, man. I should have eaten a second donut, DJ Carrot Sticks, instead of the one you gave me. Anyway, David Rosler is an winning filmmaker. And he's here to talk about an idea or a plan that he's got to stop the censorship of Christians and conservatives on Facebook and Twitter. Hi, David. Welcome back to the Andrea Kaye Show.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. So what's your plan, man? How can we stop the censorship of Christians and conservatives?
Well, there is one idea I've got, which is what we're talking about today, is basically we, myself, my team, and anyone out there who feels that they've been in some way damaged, their businesses, whatever, by Facebook and Twitter censorship, you can file a complaint with the California State Bar demanding sanctions against and the disbarment of the lawyers, particularly the chief counsels, for those companies, which means they get their law license stripped from them and they're no longer allowed to practice law in the state of California.
So how does getting the lawyers for Twitter say how does getting them disbarred? What does that do for Christians who are getting shadow banned and banned?
Well, you have to know that there's no profession that engages in CYA faster than the lawyers. And what we're doing is if you can make those companies radioactive to people who want to pursue, their careers in law, you've done huge damage to that aspect of those companies that protects exactly the kind of behavior that we're rallying against, which is the censorship of Christians and conservatives. The way we've got it, they are in gross violation of the ethical code of their business, of their profession. There's a law called Sarbanes-Oxley, which imposes a watchdog role on corporate lawyers, in which if there's anything that's going on that is inappropriate, things like antitrust violation by maliciously censoring businesses just to hurt them,
Does that, excuse me for interrupting, does that also include somebody like Laura Loomer, who has been deplatformed and demonetized? Because it's not even just about silencing conservative, it's about hurting them financially, because these social media sites have set up as their platform as a way for people to make money.
Absolutely, yeah. That's another perfect example of what I was talking about with antitrust violations. That sort of thing isn't supposed to happen, and these lawyers are supposed to take any wrongdoing that they perceive, take it to the CEO and the COO, and if they don't get an adequate legal response from them, then they have to take it to the board of directors and keep pushing on to correct this. There are whistleblower protections against them, in favor of them, so that they don't lose their jobs because of such behavior. And it's so gross. A perfect example of these gross violations would be Vaya Gaddy, the chief counsel at Twitter, sitting right behind Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey during his Senate hearings on this very issue, and saying nothing while he lied through his teeth. And we know he lied through his teeth because of the Project Veritas undercover videos, which showed an entire culture within that organization doing exactly what he denied that they were doing. Plausible deniability for him is out the window, and it was her responsibility to sit there and say, well, my client really didn't mean that. Let me stop my client right there and correct him. to stop him from committing another law, violation of law, serious one, which is providing false information to Congress, whether you're sworn on the Bible or not. You can go in there not sworn and still be liable for telling untruth. So
we've got about a minute and a half left. So I need you to tell everybody how they can get involved. You've evidently got a petition they can sign. How can they support your movement, your effort here?
Okay, if they go to RoslerStudios.com, how's that for a modest name, Andrea? Rosler, ROSLER, Studios.com, and go to petition. They can also look around the site. Quite frankly, we also have a fundraiser. It's quite possible that both the fundraiser and the petition have been hacked. I was on the phone in real time with someone last night, and they couldn't sign the petition, and these things only seem to be working for the people who are publicly known to know us, but give it a shot.
It's RoslerStudios.com?
That is correct. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to have to leave it there. I love this idea. This is unique. Nobody has talked about this. Is one way to get at these big tech companies is to do it through their lawyers. And I think it's absolutely brilliant. Everybody go to RoslerStudios.com, sign the petition. And I appreciate your being here. Thank you, David Rosler.